Our Contact 7 team is getting a lot of response to a story you may have seen on our news just last night when we took you to a rat-infested home in Lakewood.
Namely, is this a public health threat? Denver 7's Lance Hernandez is digging into this story. Lance, you talked to Jeffco Public Health about the real concern there.
No, a guy over there told me that there is an it factor when it comes to rats, but he said they're not really implicated in a lot of the diseases that spread around here. He said rats love to live near water. You know, I've been startled when I've seen one zip across the Cherry Creek bike path at night in front of me. The infested house in Lakewood happens to be right next to Smith Reservoir.
There's a creep factor when it comes to rats, especially when you see them coming and going en masse from a house right next to yours.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
That's what you got.
Ew.
It was only after Kelly Houghton moved into a home she'd purchased on South Lee in Lakewood that she noticed a putrid odor coming from the house next door. Then she saw all the rats on the drain pipe, on the roof, on the rocks. Rats everywhere.
It's concerns for our health. It's concerns for their child's health, for the neighborhood's health.
Rats were responsible for the Black Plague in Europe during the Middle Ages, so we wondered if they're a health danger here in Colorado.
Rats are generally treated as a nuisance, and they're a pretty disgusting nuisance, but they're not really implicated in a lot of diseases that are spread around.
The environmental program manager at Jeffco Public Health says in this area, there is other wildlife that presents much more health risk to humans, bats and skunks.
Because we have rabies present in both of those.
Craig Sanders says rats can lead to a safety hazard.
They like to gnaw things. They're gnawing animals. And so sometimes you will have them gnawing on the wires under the hood of your car.
Last year, we told you about rats chewing up the wiring on many cars at the breakers. The owner of this car was told to wrap the frayed wire with electrical tape. His airbag went off while he was driving down the road. Houghton hopes it doesn't come to that in Lakewood.
We're in a beautiful spot in Lakewood, and I can't believe this is what I'm next to right now.
Now, the city of Lakewood has known about this rat-infested house for some time, but a city spokeswoman told me that until now, it didn't rise to the level where they felt they could legally access the house. Now, after the code enforcement officer saw what we saw, a large number of rats on Friday, things have changed. The city will now likely seek a court order allowing them to enter the house. Jacqueline?
Wow, good job, Lance. Now, if you have a tip or a problem you think we should look into, we want to hear from you. You can contact 7 at that number on your screen. You can also send us an email at contact7@thedenverchannel.com.